So 21, you have your supporters, angles, cleats, gussets or gussets, shear connectors, and other detail fittings. So your angles or your cleats is C21. They basically they between the columns. So it's almost the same as a bracket attached to your steel frame. So it's almost the same as that bracket. It's basically just, acting as a separator or angle cleat, or you know shear connectors. So shear connectors is basically where you have a beam where it's gonna shear, and you put that on top, your beam on top of that, and that's your shear connectors. So where the beam basically shear, that's where you connect it, shear connectors. It's almost the same as your bracket attached to your steel frame. It almost has the same function. And then what I also saw is, because they basically have the same thing, and but the only difference is this is a separator or a cleat or angle, or shear connection. But then you have your brackets attached to your steel. Usually they are all like canopies also in place. Like you can place your canopy across, put another bracket, attach another bracket maybe there, and then you have a canopy over your window also, because you have a window here as well. And the reason why I say you have a window there is because 25 refers to your window seals, and your window seals is basically what they put at the bottom of your window so that water doesn't go, or air doesn't go through that section of the window and penetrate into your house. So like I said, your window seals, they basically go underneath your window frame, and it's just to prevent air from going in, water going in there, or dust. But they usually sit at the bottom of your window. Now, so that's it for separators, angles, cleats, gussets, shear connectors, and other detail fittings. So now we have shelf angles. So your shelf angles, number 22, they basically sit above your, in this case the shelf angle is above your window frame. I don't know why, but usually you can also put your shelf angles, like I said, on top of your brackets attached to your steel frame. Or even to your angles and your cleats or shear connectors. And like you should just see where you can use them as separators, those angles or your cleats. And then you also have steel cores for composite columns, steel cores for composite columns. So your steel core for your composite columns is basically, it's just saying a piece of steel, I think, that's sitting on the outside of your column. So it's acting as a core, like a layer on top of your steel column. That's what I'm thinking. But you should just make sure what they mean with steel cores for composite columns. I'm not exactly sure, because I never saw something like that on a construction site. So I don't know the function of a steel core for composite columns. But if you get to YouTube or Google, you can just do a bit more research and extract on steel cores for composite columns. Now you have your open web steel joist bracing and accessories. It's basically the one that we spoke about previously. It looks like a roof truss, or it looks like a truss. And then you have your window. We did window seals already. Window seal, it's below your window. And then we have suspended ceiling supports. Suspended ceiling supports. So ceiling supports, I'm assuming it's something that's support. It basically holds the ceiling board in place. So I think I saw it earlier here. Suspended ceiling. Yes, suspended ceiling supports. But then you have your cleats also, or whatever you want to call it, your hangers or your sag rods, your ties, hangers and sag rods. So that's number 27. It's those, your sag rods or your hangers or ties, and they connected to your ceiling supports, your suspended ceiling supports, basically ceiling supports. And then underneath your ceiling supports, you get your ceiling board. And then okay, that's it for 26 for ceiling supports. And then 27 also for ties or hangers and sag rods, which is those that looks like inverted yawls, and they basically connected to your secondary beams. And then you have your trusses and braced frames. So your trusses is usually this here. I also saw it earlier, number 28. Your trusses or braced frames. And then you have your steel stair and handle. Your steel stair and handrails. I want to say handle rails. Your steel stairs and handrails. So it's this one here where you have your stairs. So your handrails, they're basically these ones running vertically, and then your stairs is usually this one running at the incline. So the incline shape structure, that's your stairs, and then the vertical bars running here with those steel bars, that's your handrail. And that's it for basic structure. Components of a steel frame building. That's the basics of those components, or of a frame building, a steel framed building. That's the basics of a steel framed building, yes, the components. And that's the end of that 3-part series.